Hello, everybody. Welcome to Diamonds and Dice, where me and a bunch of my friends get together once a week to collect dice together. Um,
I'll clack your dice.
let's see. Welcome back to the world of Raw, ladies and gentlemen. The decisions that brought us here are transformed in the Zalaria School of Nursing by using the Phoenix Stone that helps that stops the divine wrath of any resurrection spell. Haley has been transformed into that of an elf. Paying 400 gold pieces to the Pantheon's church um, in the university, the Godslayers receive a gift from Voreg, the leader of the Skull Anvil's gang. A forge that allows the transfer of messages, and as Voreg's first message to the Godslayer was interrupted by Legion troops, he called for the aid from our party. Um, on the run, as they fought to get to the forge, they saw him fight the Legion before igniting the entire Rusty Point Forge. When they got there, they saw the forge was long run cold, with the battle being long over. Finding a skeleton of an orc with a signature bullet for his left eye, they were told by Vorg's second that he had wishes not to be brought back to life, despite the Phoenix Stone. Insisting on keeping the body, the party brought Vorig across Anvil Street, which rang with the sounds of coffin nails being made in honor of him. Securing the body, the Godslayers went to Governor Alazio to see Marzio, but they were told that he was above in the Elven City with some diplomacy. Alazio refused to see them, but did receive a warning from the party, a threat. Once leaving, some rebels summoned Advock, a shadow dragon, using the last sunset as a catalyst to wreak havoc. And that's where you guys ended last game. So, with that being said and done, I will change over to the map and we will, thank you, love, get an initiative rolled, shall we?
Whoop, whoop. I don't think I've seen this part of the city yet.
You what, Amanda?
I said I don't think I've seen this part of the city yet. It was a joke.
That's cute.
What's your dex, Landon?
Score or modifier?
Modifier.
We both rolled a
Two.
16. Huh?
Oh,
A 2? You said? I have a +3.
Twenty.
23. Fucking truth.
Amanda, what did you get?
I got a 16. Landon got not Landon, but Terry got a 23.
I just rolled really high.
Not as high as Terry, though.
Well, when you have a plus what to your initiative?
8.
I just have a +2.
Oh, you have like the alertness feat, don't you?
Mm-hmm. That is exactly why.
Of course you have.
Can I roll with advantage?
Okay. So, Egida and Haley, what are your decks?
I think I go before him. I have a +3. He has a +2. Okay.
Yeah.
And Zalaria rounding out the end. All right, so you guys see the map. You guys are located.
Wait, why am I
Here.
rounding out the end?
with
Yeah, she got
12.
a 21, not a 12.
Oh, you got a
Because Zach
21.
is dyslexic.
Don't
It's
you
all
make-
okay.
Don't make fun of my
I'm not
handicap.
making fun of you. I'm telling you why you messed it up. I'm sticking up for you, damn it.
So the dragon at Advock is down there. This is a brightly colored map. I couldn't find one that was set at nighttime, so just assume that it's dark. Says you guys are on Nash the First, which is the first of the year when Lucentarius moves the sun, and this is He's moved the moon back over, creating the first darkness of the year and lasting darkness. And as the shadows start creeping from every corridor, you guys see the shadows themselves all seem to be to focus up and get coalesce into a mighty shadow dragon. It roars towards the sky and belches out this black lightning. Picture lightning, but the bright spot in the center is blackness altogether. So it roars and causes some of that lightning, and then the initiative gets rolled. So, ladies and gentlemen, what y'all doing? Starting with Turf.
Dragon, like we've seen the dragon for sure, right?
Yeah, you guys see him in the distance. He's gigantic.
I look at everybody
You.
and I'm kind of like, are we taking this thing?
I mean, it was summoned
What
by
the fuck is
protesters. We could just leave it to the enforcers and the Legion and let them take care of it like they've done with every other group of protesters.
Back off. I'll poke you in the nose. I'll poke you in the nose. I'll poke you in the nose. Go.
What you doing, Turf?
I am.
Oops.
Moving there.
What else are you doing?
That was 40 feet. And I am going to start to yell at everybody to get away. What's this guy?
You take a look up on the rooftop, and there's a couple people who all contributed to the summoning.
Okay.
A cultist.
I can't. I technically don't have line of sight of this guy, do I?
You do not.
Whoa. It's a funky looking guy.
Okay, so can I cancel my movement? And how high is the roof? Like right here.
The roof on that is 40. See how it has 45 feet written on it?
Okay, I see. Yeah.
That's how high
And
up.
this stairs?
Ping it. There's stairs to the first level, yes.
Alright, so I'm going to do this.
Do what? I can't even see your character moving.
I'm moving him now. That's 35 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going upstairs to the first level?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And
That removes 5 feet from the 45 feet. It's now 40 up to get to the roof.
okay.
So, Larry, you're up next. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm working on it.
that is what I can do, I believe. Because I can't get in range to. Nope, I already knew everything. I am actually going to move the way I did. Sorry. Because I can't find a way to get up on that rooftop.
You can climb. Full Assassin's Creed, boy.
I'm going to go here where I'm at, and I'm going to start climbing up.
Okay, you had 35 feet of movement, so you have another 5 feet of movement. Start climbing.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead and get an additional 10 feet. Go ahead and give me a athletics roll.
Okay.
Make sure you breach a 15 or higher, and we'll move on to Zalaria's turn while you're rolling that.
Okay.
Zalaria, what you up to?
Okay, I know there's a way to like drag an arrow to see how far somewhere is, but I can't figure out how to do it.
So on the bar on your left side,
Okay.
it has the select move underneath that. It has maps and background. If you keep going all the way down to one that looks like a circle with a weird thing in it,
Okay.
it'll be the 5th one down, and then you just move it.
The 5th one. That doesn't make any sense because the 5th one down would just be hide from others. Like that's the option I have. Anyway,
It says snap to center, snap to corner, no graphing. It looks like a circle with a ruler on the inside of it.
yeah, I have snap to center, snap to corner, no snapping, and then I have show to others and hide from others. Those are all of my options in that section.
Yeah, so you just click that box, and then you click on the map.
Okay, I get it now.
Best IT ever.
You know what? It's been years since I've really used Roll20, so leave me alone. How much is my movement? 30? Okay.
And if you do movement, if you start to move your character, when you press and hold Q, you move them like halfway outside of the square.
Yeah.
Press and hold Q, it'll show you, and you can.
Yeah, no, you don't gotta hold it. You just gotta press it.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
and you can actually hit Q again to make the corners instead of right clicking.
Okay. Well, she's just gonna actually move right here. And I don't think that puts her within range. Hold on. Nope, still doesn't. Hold on just a second. Never mind. She's just gonna kind of follow Tarth, and she's
Start
not gonna be
running out.
happy that we've started to fight this thing. She'll just be like, you know, guys, we can't really just go home. Like, there's nothing that says we have to fight the giant dragon.
All right, Haley, it's your turn.
So what the fuck are we doing, guys? Are we gonna go after this dragon, or are we gonna let the constables do their job? I mean, they don't want us to disrupt the town anymore. Is it really worth our time?
Probably not.
I mean, if anything, Elazio's probably just gonna get more pissed off at us and treat us even worse. But as she says that, she's gonna take her some of her clothes that she's wearing and like take some of the cured leather that's on her clothes and like rip a little bitty piece off of it and like crumble it in the air and cast mage armor on herself.
All right, did you just describe spell components, Amanda?
I did.
Yeah, you're getting inspiration for that one.
For this.
You cast see your mage armored up.
I'm not sure without not being on this screen.
Okay,
Landon's trying to get his internet to cooperate.
understood. We'll go ahead and we'll give him an extra turn. As he starts, you guys look over and Egada starts doing a bunch of shit, and you look back just in time to see the dragon. It bellows forth and says, "Foolish mortals that have summoned Advock. I know not why you've summoned me, but I will make you pay." And one of the cultists says, "Destroy at will. Destroy at will." And he smiles and he breathes in and fires arcs of electricity out at these commoners right here. You see it shoots out black lightning. Like I described, the most lit part of the lightning is just jet black. As it strikes through the people, they seem to they get electrocuted, but it creates more of a necrotic kind of thing, melting their flesh away. As you guys see, perfectly nice townsfolk of Dathersport get fried to pieces. The minute their body falls to the ground, their shadows seem to shimmer and lift up on their own, becoming three-dimensional. And 34 feet? What? And start rushing off towards the rest of the people.
Turk did still yell at everybody to get away.
I didn't.
I didn't know if you heard me say that.
We'll see if they will heed your screams or your cries for help. Okay. Also, everyone who's within 124 feet of this critter, let's do some measuring here, kids.
May not be scared.
So, Zalaria and Turth, if you guys will go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
It's an 18.
18 as well.
18 as well?
Yep.
Okay, you guys find your very soul seems to be shaken, but it's not enough to make you fear this creature. You feel like you've faced worse at this point, seeing Warg dead, facing gods that you guys have faced in the past. This creature is
Celeria
unable to
actually
control.
can't be frightened.
Interesting. The creature hops down, smashing part of the rooftop, and grabs the guy right here, and just swallows him whole. It's big, like the whole thing looks like this absence of space, and the only thing you see is lightning striking between his wings and his scales occasionally, and his horn is made of pure lightning itself on the front of his nose. And he lifts up his mouth, and you see his piercing white eyes, like that piercing of lightning strikes. And it just goes and chomps down on the guy. And you see when he bites down, he lifts up, and the legs just keep walking for a few before they spurt a geyser of blood, and then pick you up. And then the guy just falls to the ground. The beast roars out, starts laughing a sinister laugh. You will all be my servants soon enough. Turth, you're back up.
Okay. So I'm going to continue to climb up onto the roof.
What'd you get for your athletics check?
I typed in, I got a 24.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be just fine. You're going to continue climbing. Make me another one.
Okay.
Because barbars are broken.
15 plus 12, that would be 20, 28.
You're fine. Oops.
I'm like going up and like slamming my hand into the wall and pulling making my own like rock climbing holes to get up the wall. Forget Assassin's Creeding up the wall. I'm just like making my own path.
Great inspiration, sir. I've lit your candle. You make it all the way to the top.
How much movement do I still have?
You have 10 feet of movement.
10 feet of movement?
Mm-hmm.
I want to get here. And I want to do a perception check and tell everybody what I see. Since I have the highest vantage point at this particular point.
When you see everything that happens with the dragon, you also see the cultists are all sitting there with their arms out, or not cultists, but these strange figures that may be cultists just have their hands outstretched.
Okay.
Okay, what did I miss?
Your turn. The dragon is eating people.
You'll get to go next. Yeah, the dragon blew his breath weapon on some commoners. They dropped dead with the black lightning after it struck them, and after it did, their shadows started raising up and started attacking.
The other thing is that the group is debating on whether we actually want to fight this thing or not. Zaleria is very much just like, we should let the guards deal with it because it's technically a protest. But she's not going to leave you guys if you decide to stay and fight.
And Haley mentioned that Alazia would just probably get more pissed off at us
You know, kill another one of our
for
friends.
causing destruction in the town. But then I casted Mage Armor on myself.
And Turk climbed the roof.
What else you got for me, Turth, during your turn?
Like I said, I was just gonna do a perception check, and I'm actually gonna loose an arrow at him with my longbow.
That guy right there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and launch it. By the way, if you subscribe to D&D Beyond, they have a thing now where you tap it on your character sheet and it rolls dice for you and adds everything from that section.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we knew about the dice roller last week when it launched.
I think it's really slow.
It is really slow.
19 to hit.
You hit. Damage.
Eight plus 4, that would be 12 points of damage.
All right, man. He's yours. Finish him.
That's it. That's all he is. Okay.
They're cultists. They're just
They're
not-
I mean, I just loose this arrow. I get to the, like, as I'm running up to the roof, I'm going to like pull my longbow out and notch an arrow as I'm like coming down and just release it, like when you're done inhaling from your long breath. At that moment, I'm just releasing and hitting this guy center mass.
He'll go ahead and tear off a section of roof as he falls. He falls silently, almost blissfully, as he do.
Okay. And
All right.
I get another attack even though with a bow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to loose an arrow at this guy as well on the other roof.
All right. Good attack.
Oh. Not as good. Hopefully a 15 hits.
15 hits.
Cool.
Roll me damage, bro.
That would be 6. 10 points of damage.
He also dies silently and just kind of rolls to the edge and gets stuck on the gutter.
Okay.
What else you got for me, Turth?
That would be my turn at the moment.
Egida, you get your turn from last turn.
Okay. With Zaleria saying, since this is a protest and we should let the guards handle it, I'm going to respond, this may not be our fight, but I'll gesture at the common people and say, and it's not their fight either. So we need to protect them. That should be our top priority. And with that, let's see. How far can I go? I'm gonna move right here, I believe, with my dash action. And
You have 30 feet of movement, correct?
yes,
he dashed so he can use 60.
Right, you're at 55 feet of movement. When you press your character and press X, it'll show you how far, so you have another square you can move.
so I'm going there.
You just take off running.
Yep.
Anything else in your turn? Bonus action?
I'm looking.
Draw a weapon.
Yeah, I'll ready my shield and sword.
Okay. Readying a shield does take an action,
That looks like it's about 15.
so you're gonna have to do that next turn.
Okay.
Features.
It's Dash's turn, so. All right. That's been done. That makes it Haley or Zalaria's turn.
So I'm gonna see if I can make this work. Oops, that's the wrong thing. She's gonna move and basically follow Earth. Oh, no. I don't know how to make that work. I don't know. She's gonna go up here.
Okay. You guys start climbing. How many feet of movement do you have?
30.
Okay, so 5. You have to spend 5.
Can she use my holes I made?
She has like the boots.
Oh, never mind.
She doesn't need them. She
So
just
go ahead and make an athletics check.
don't you have like the boots of spider climb or something?
No, I I think I have the natural ability to just climb. Hold on.
Yeah, it'll be under your features and traits ratio. You're right, I forgot to activate that shit.
Because she's a fucking cat.
Yeah, cat's
I was gonna
claws.
say, couldn't she just use like the holes I made?
I have a climbing speed of 20 feet. So, do I still need to roll for it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, you're a cat and you're broken.
But you are up 20 feet on the edge.
So,
Why won't that thing add? Plus 20. Okay, there you go.
so am I on the roof, or is the roof 45 feet tall like
The
the...
roof is 45 feet up, so you have a 20 movement speed of climb, so you get up 20 feet.
Okay, that's kind of all she's gonna do.
You can
She-
you can use your action. You can use an action to dash and then double
That's
out.
true.
Your call.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and use an action, and she'll climb up there to... She's gonna go stand beside Tirth.
Okay, you're only 5 from it. You're only 5 feet from the roof. You're not even on the roof yet.
Ah! Okay, that's fine. She
Okay.
is gonna kind of look at Agita and be like, "You're right. I still don't think we should fight it, though, but you're still right."
Okay, Haley, your turn.
How in the fuck are we gonna kill a fucking dragon, guys? As I dimension door up here with Tirth. So fuck trying to move. I'll just dimension door up there. And then bonus action. Nope, I think that's all I got. Dimension door, how the fuck are we gonna fight a dragon?
We've done it before.
Yeah. We've fought worse.
I think Tirth is the only one who fought that dragon.
Yep.
He's the only one in the original party.
Yeah.
We as a collective unit.
Delaria wasn't there yet.
All right. After all that said and done, Egida, it's your turn.
Okay, so now I'm going to speak to these two right here. I'm gonna tell them to get out of here, and run,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to move down here and speak to these three, and also tell them to run.
Okay.
And can the dragon hear me?
It doesn't seem to be taking any notice as all you can hear is its maniacal laughter. The people look at you frozen, and when you snap them to it, they just start shaking. They look down. They look down here, and the shadows that are coming out start tearing through stuff, and they look back at you almost like they're gonna freeze. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Snap them out of it.
That
So
would be
all
an 11.
Well, 11's not hard to tell them to get the fuck out of Dodge, man. You're fine. You
Okay.
snap them out of it. You just want to make sure that they didn't freeze in place. The three on the top are more than happy to run. Those two at the bottom see the shadows move and they just froze. And they look back at you.
And I say, get out of here.
And they'll kind of like shake like, yes, like they nod their head.
And then I'm going to yell to the dragon, in Draconic, stop this. There are innocent people here. If you have to point your claws at anyone, point it at the people responsible.
Make me another persuasion check.
That is a 16.
Okay. What else you doing for your turn?
Pulling out my shield. And I think that's going to be it.
All right. So, what's going to happen is these people are going to run. Off the map. So as they sit there and book it, sorry, I'm just measuring to make sure. Yeah, they all got it. They'll start to run. These shadows will attack this guy here. Okay. Checking at my pre-rolls. The guy's just screaming and trying to run away until they reach a shadow and they just start ripping a shadow apart. Every time they drag a claw through the shadow, a claw mark will appear on his body until until he is dead as well. The minute that that's done, the shadow that they got done ripping apart will rise itself from the corpse and rise as another shadow, which I can't copy for some reason. DM problems. And it rises up on its own. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea why those won't do it. So as you sit there and you say all that, you see those shadows just tear the poor guy apart. Then you hear the maniacal laughter just stops for a second. Those responsible, that which speaks my tongue, that which speaks my common tongue, that which is responsible for bringing me here, from freeing me from the shadow realm. If you want, I'll be more than happy to take it out on you. And then you just hear the whoosh of the wings. As it will go ahead and thunder down upon you. Like it just takes off in the air and then just comes crashing down, wrecking part of the building on either side. It takes one long look at you, gets a big smile. Are you not frightened, mini version of a dragon? Go ahead and make me a check against his frightful presence, please.
Hold on. I'm checking to see if I have any abilities against this being a Paladella Ding Dong.
Still. I like how that's the common reference for Paladin. For some reason.
Oh, Zach,
Yeah, man.
out of character.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us Imperfect Foods. They have the best apple chips.
It's all my fiance, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say those apple chips that you're eating. My mom just finished a bag of those, and she loves them.
Best apple chips I've ever had.
Did you hear that, sweetheart?
Mm-hmm.
Like we might just use imperfect foods for just the apple to get these apple chips.
I'm pretty sure you can get those
Cheap
at
there
like
too.
a Hy-Vee or something. I don't know where
These
we
are
got
like the
them.
ones that Hy-Vee won't sell because like the packaging's off or something.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they're imperfect.
Food's still good.
So, can you like pick what you guys get, or do they just randomly?
Yeah, you pick.
Okay. Because I suggested it to my mom, and she thought it was just they sent you whatever, and you just got stuck with what you got.
Oh no, you totally get to pick.
Cool.
Okay, so I don't have any inherent abilities against this. What's my save?
A wisdom saving throw. You should be fine.
Do I still have to make that?
Probably.
Do we all?
It's gonna be a 21.
He sits there and unfurls its shadowy wings. You see the lightning strike between them. And you feel fear rip your heart. But just before it does, you know deep in your heart that Bahamut, that he was both the best and the worst of dragon kind. Your very bloodline comes from dragons, and you stand stalwart. So he sits there and he says, "Not afraid? I will teach you to be afraid." And he will go ahead and inhale for breath weapon. He opens his mouth and he will fire off an arc of black electricity straight towards you in a 90-foot line, which will pretty much trash into the background of the building behind you. He's focusing it all on you. Go ahead, Landon, and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Right. That will be a 10.
Whew. A 10?
Mhm.
Okay.
Wait.
70-10s. 41 points of damage. 43 points of damage, sorry.
33, 30,
It's
No.
76 points of damage.
76 points of damage?
Yep.
What kind?
Necrotic. It's a dragon's breath weapon, man. They're no joke.
Should be really.
I know.
All right then.
Wrong part of the world though.
So you sit there and you hold up your shield, and just the arcing this black electricity just fires through. You can see it generating on the back of your shield and striking you, and everywhere where it strikes, it atrophies all the muscle. It's almost like you're getting like electrocuted, but also just like almost like extreme leprosy, which you've seen in your lifetime. And the points of contact, the smell of ozone and burning flesh are incredible. Everyone who sees you almost sees like the cartoony skeletal frame of you. You know how it goes through and looks like that through most of the animations. They see you go through that, and once the dragon's done with its breath and it pulls back, it looks at you still standing and gets a great big smile on its shadowy face.
No.
Impressive.
Okay.
It's gonna go ahead and we'll finish my movement and fuck with more people. It says, "I'll be back to finish you soon enough." And then it lands on top of this building. It does provoke an attack of opportunity if you wish to take it.
I will take it, and by saying very well, if you must take your rage out on me, I will meet your challenge.
Damn it.
All right. Go ahead and make me your attack roll for your attack of opportunity.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does not. You smack into it, but its natural armor is just a very tough hide. This bounces off the scales. It'll go ahead and spend a turn making its rest of its attacks on those guys there. That'll be fun. Control C. But they're not turned into shadows, so that's good. The cultists move up into place. And they mention in Draconic, they say, if you need to take our lives to replenish yours, so be it. Okay. It's now the top of the third round. Dragon is kind of awake now, so he's going to go ahead and use his lair actions. He gets a lair action because he was summoned on that particular day, or on the special day. He's going to go ahead and cause... Let me double check something. Oh my god, how come everything is so difficult to find on this thing? Here we go. He's going to go ahead and cause 2 points of shadows, both here and one kind of over here. And the two shadows, all of a sudden, as they sit there and elongate to touch each other, there'll be a shock of electricity that goes straight through that area. Landon, if you'll go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
That will be a 16.
16. You're fine. You succeeded. The electricity that goes through, you're able to describe. You want to describe how you juke out of the way?
What was the save? To know how close it was.
15.
15, so I just barely made it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have failed it if it weren't for my Shield Master feat. So I am very weakened from that necrotic attack, and I'm just barely able to get my shield up in time to deflect it.
Awesome. I'll give you inspiration for that one, my man. All right. That's the critter's lair actions.
You need a gas mask over here.
All right. With that said and done, Turth, your go.
All right. Seeing what this thing can do, Turth is going to... I'm going to rage.
I was going to say the line.
I'm going to rage. I'm raging because this dragon has now hurt someone that I want to protect. That I want to help protect. And I see Egida over here, like, getting attacked. I just seen the breath weapon. Because I technically can't see Egida at this point. I just seen the breath weapon go off. So, Turth, I don't know how you're going to agree with this. I want to go here.
Jump.
I'm going to then long jump to there. And I'm going to continue on. You see what I did there, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
I took a long jump. I have the athlete feet, so I only need 5 feet of running start to do a long jump.
Nice. And what's your strength score?
27.
You can jump 27 feet with 5 feet movement. I'm going to kill you next.
Good luck with that.
And then. So
Way to go, Rage Mario.
I'm going to continue. I kind of want to get to the peak of like right here to where I can see a lot. I'm not going to loose an arrow at the dragon, but I'm going to loose an arrow here and here.
Make me do attacks.
My lowest is was a 16.
You hit both of them. Roll me damage.
My lowest I got a 12 and an 11.
All right. 12 and 11. The one down at the far corner slumps to his feet and still holds his fingers up in prayer. The other one that you hit that goes over here just starts to fly down. You see the shadow dragon just kind of cuts it with its wings by accident as it falls to the ground mutilated.
Okay.
What else you got for me?
So this one you said, oh, they both died? Okay.
They both died.
So that's my bonus action, my movement.
Yeah, you raised your bonus action. I indicated that on your character.
Yeah. And that would be it.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be all me.
Zalaria, you're up.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I was trying to find a spell.
Lightning bolt.
I'm trying to figure out if that would be a good idea or not. She is actually going to use. I got onto the roof last turn, right? Or no?
Oh, sorry. The rest of your movement, it's 5 feet up. You have 20 feet. So yeah, you can move. Essentially, you can move 30 feet. 25 feet.
Okay.
So you get to the top for 5 feet.
Yeah, she's gonna climb up onto the roof, and then she's going to cast at a 5th level. Hold on, I know I used a spell earlier, so I can't remember what. Yeah, at a 5th level, she's gonna cast Moonbeam.
Okay.
Hold on, let me find the thing.
Hey Zach, can you share the barcode for this for roll 20?
Share the barcode.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it on my tablet.
Oh. Yeah.
You won't have your.
Okay, it says it's supposed to be a cylinder, but I'm just gonna use sphere because there's.
Yeah. That'll be the best way to do it.
Yeah. So she'll cast it there. Basically, if she's technically gonna cast it, I guess. I can't.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, but anyways, that's why she's gonna cast it. I think he has to make a Constitution save. I can't. Yeah, he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Does that help you, Terry?
Terry.
Huh?
Does that help you? I sent it in Discord direct to you.
Oh.
Okay. So, sorry, Mandy. I need to make a what saving throw?
A Constitution.
Okay.
DM rolls are not on our side tonight.
No, I'm pretty sure he still takes damage, but it's halved. Yeah. If he successfully makes it, it's half that damage. So I rolled a 29, so that would be
14.
Thank you.
14 points of what kind of damage?
Radiant.
Yeah.
Oh, he's,
Ooh.
since he's a necrotic one, smirk.
So as the moonbeam slashes down on it, the beast just screams in utter pain. You see the electricity, kind of the storm gathering above and the lightning striking down on him. He says, "May there be a worthy foe here after all?" What else you doing, Zalaria?
That's actually all I can do because my spell is in action.
What about the
Right.
cultist down here? Does he have to do it too?
Oh yeah, he gets fried. I didn't put an X amount just yet. Concentration up to 1 minute. Awesome. Boop. Boop. All right. After Zalaria's turn, Haley.
Alrighty. It's like, well, we're doing this. Might as well do it good. I'm gonna get my spell component pouch and pull like a little bit of sulfa and some bat guano out and kind of rub it together in my hands and shoot a fucking fireball at him.
Just lob a fireball at him.
Lob a fucking fireball at him.
Okay. Now you
I'm
can't
getting
necessarily see him.
I'm just lobbing one over in the area where I see her sphere coming from.
Sure, yeah.
So like, boom, right in the middle of it.
It's a 20-foot diameter on that one. Isn't fireball a 20-foot radius?
20-foot sphere, it says. Yeah, 20-foot radius, so I need 40 feet. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's the same distance.
So
So
right there.
You lob it
It's
down.
literally gonna be-
Boom! Lob a fucking fireball, 5th level. He has to make a dex save of 16.
16.
I love that sound, Amanda.
Okay, I'm not gonna count him as being in darkness right now, actually. Okay, I apologize. I was looking something
Bless
up.
you.
What can you say? Dex?
Yes.
Okay. 17.
So you take, since you beat it, you take 15 points of damage. Fire, obviously. Fireball.
15?
That's half. That is halved already. It was 30 was the total, so I made it easy.
Okay. Egida, make me a perception check, please.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
You notice that, like when you swung at it, for example, and hit it, you notice that it almost seemed to dip into the shadow, and not like the shadow aura around it. Not to mention it was harder to hit. You notice that when this light goes on, it almost looks like a normal looking blue dragon. It's definitely like black, but you know the genealogy of the creature to be a blue dragon. It's more of a dark indigo now instead of like being writhed in shadow when the moonbeam is on it, and it looks like it takes full damage from it takes a lot of damage from the fireball hit.
Okay. So, for my turn, on my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith, just muttering the prayer to myself. My armor will start to glimmer a little bit more, despite the moonlight bouncing off of it. And then my teeth will begin to crackle with electric energy. And I'll say, my turn. And then I'll hit him with my breath weapon.
Nice.
Yes. Yes.
You fire off at him. It's a dexterity save.
Yes, DC 14 deck save.
Okay. You crackle with the energy, and it turns to face you. It's sitting there in the moonbeam light. And it's squealing and moving away from it. As you charge up the electricity, it'll voluntarily fail. Go ahead and hit me with your damage.
$11 points of lightning damage.
As the lightning strikes into it, you notice that his black lightning seems to merge with it, and he says, "Lightning, I was born of this." And he smiles real big. "It's cute that you thought your breath was as strong as mine." It's immune to electrical damage.
All right. I tried.
I kind of
You did. It
figured
was
that.
really cool, Landon. I'm sorry. I was picking between a green dragon or a blue dragon today to make this thing out of, and I went with blue. I had no idea that you did electrical damage. I may have gone
Well,
with the green.
It is what it is.
It is, man.
And that's my turn.
Poor Agatha. All right, the creature's turn. It's going to go ahead and try to recharge its breath weapon, because that would be cute. It's on a 5 or a 6. Okay. Oh, he's got his breath weapon back. The beast is going to definitely shy away from that. It does not like that noise at all.
What, the moonbeam?
It does not like the moonbeam.
It has to repeat its save since it started its turn in it.
It does, which is a dexterity.
No, it's a Constitution save.
Constitution. I will go ahead and use one of my legendary saves.
Ah. It still has to take half damage, doesn't it?
Yes.
Pretty sure. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh, I roll damage again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you half it and give it to me.
Ooh, that's 20 points of damage. Dang, that was a good roll! Fuck.
Nice. Let's see, and he's still minus 20. So he hops up onto that. He takes one look at you guys, and he sees you all on the rooftop, and he says, "Do you happen to know this meddlesome Dragonborn?"
Yeah, he's one of our good friends.
He smiles and he says, "He'll be dead soon. Let's make sure that you can be there to greet him in the afterlife. I did not cross across the shadow realm back into the mortal coil to be defeated by a group of amateurs like yourselves." And he'll breathe in real hard.
Good luck with that, buddy.
The electricity gathers up in his wings, almost like it's some kind of a wind sail. Line. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just hiccuped.
It looks like he can hit all of you guys from there, except for Egida.
Great.
All right. All right, everybody, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Do I get that? Okay.
You have inspiration?
It's an 18.
Shout dog.
Fail.
Oh.
18 failed?
Yes.
You said dex save, right?
Yes.
22.
I got a 19.
A 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used my inspiration though.
Good call. Well, it's meter beat, so you'll take half and you'll take half. 12d10.
Oh my god.
Okay. 54, 60, 70 points of damage. Halved if you made it. Zalaria, you're dropping, aren't you?
Yep, I'm
So I
down.
take a quarter, right?
You what?
I take a quarter, right?
Yeah, because you are raging, unless it's necrotic damage. You're bear type, right?
Yep.
Double check what you're blocked against.
I get, the only thing I don't get is psychic.
That's what I'm pretty sure of. So yeah, you quarter it. Yes, sir.
70 quarter.
Cool. It's really good though.
Yeah, I go down.
Oh wow.
15 points of damage.
Wow.
Hey Zach, I only take 17 points of damage if you. I can change it. Never mind.
Okay. Haley,
I got it.
are
I
you
got
still up?
35 down. I'll change it as soon as he gets finished.
Okay. Zalaria, are you dropped to 0 hit points?
Yep.
Read me what your circlet does.
Give me just a second.
It automatically stabilizes you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I need you to read it to me verbatim.
Do, do, do. Let's see. While you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores.
This is a complicated thing. Let's
Did she
see.
not die for this?
I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys something. This is basically off a different creature, but it's the same template. So the damage is different from what I'm gonna link you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say at this point, as you're all getting struck by that, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna have to take a smoke break so I can double check and think of what that might be. I might even text Ryan. Because it says a humanoid reduced to 0 hit points by this damage dies, and an undead shadow rises from its corpse immediately after the dragon's initiative count. But your circlet fixes you on your count. So I need some time to think of this. Let's go ahead and move to a smoke break, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the dragon spits forth and belches the black lightning strikes. It strikes into Tritholomew and rocks across and hits Zalaria and Haley. Seconds before it strikes Zalaria, as she's sitting there bracing for it, one of the commoners shapeshifts out and flies straight towards her and gets in front of her. The electricity rocks through this individual. You look up and you see his face is transformed into jewels. He sits there taking the brunt of the energy, and he just sits there smiling as the electricity's going through. And he says, I told you I'd be with you until we die. And as he says that, the electricity bursts through his chest and strikes you. Both of you are blown back completely, landing together off the roof. And you sit there, and just when you think everything's okay, and you look to your necklace, and you're like, okay, at least I have this. And you look up at him. He starts reaching out a hand towards you, and it becomes a shadowy wisp. As you feel compelled to reach for him, your hands are turned shadowy as well, until both of your souls are consumed, and you're both turned into shadows. There is no chance of resurrection when you die in this way, by the way. So, a
Did you have
shadowy...
jewels too?
Oh my god, no!
Yeah, he was in succubus form. He maintains the hit points of it. Part of why I had to go down and think was he could spend divine points and things like that, but it doesn't change the fact that when you die and are reduced to 0 hit points, it says you die and become a shadow. It circumvents that power. So Haley looks back, and all of a sudden you see Zalaria look straight at you, but now she's jet black. And when she opens up her eyes, all of a sudden they open up. They have that little static of electricity, and Jules, as well as they're sitting there floating in the air right next to you. You know that Zalaria is gone.
I don't. She'll like start crying as she sees this happen, and out of anger, I'm gonna cast a fireball, and then I'm going to use sorcery points to cast another fireball.
Now that'll be on your turn, right? It's
Yeah.
your turn. Okay.
I thought that you went to me because, yeah.
Cool. I'm just describing
No.
it.
Haley will just start crying.
Okay. The creature will spend the rest. Will spend the rest of his movement. He looks at Egida and he says, "Now that your friends are almost dead, let's see how many of these innocents I can kill right in front of you." And he'll go ahead and land on top of this person and spend a legendary action to tail whip and kill her outright. As she screams, the woman starts running, and his wings just rear up with the electricity, and he'll spin around. His tail impales her, very much alien, like in Aliens when the Queen does it. She starts lifting up, and the beast laughs as it takes its two claws and rips her completely in half, and looks back at Egida, holds one of the halves up, and just starts drinking the blood from her lower half, draining out. Sits there and gauges you up and smiles. All right, Tirth, it's the top of the fourth turn.
All right, so after seeing what I just saw, Tirth is gonna let out the biggest, like one of the biggest roars, like orcish roars he can do, and I am going to move. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to jump off the roof. I don't know if you're going to count that as my movement or not, because that was 20 feet, and then that was 40 feet off. So I got to take fall damage or whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and take some fall damage.
Can't you jump up?
I can only
Let's
jump
see,
up.
40 feet. What's your vertical jump, by the way?
You can.
How do I look? Where do I look for that?
Shit, it's in the player's handbook. It's your strength. It's your strength modifier +3, I think.
My strength modifier +3.
Yeah.
So that would be 11.
Okay, so 11. So I'll knock 11 off this. It's 66. I rolled d8s, so never mind. Ignore those. Okay, so it's 11 points of damage, halved for you.
So that would be 5.
Yeah. You stubbed your toe.
I landed on a rock weird when I landed on the ground. Hurt the bottom of my foot a little bit. And I look at Egida and I like grab him by his shoulders and I'm like, not our fight right now.
What else are you doing, Tirth?
And I'm going to move I guess it really wouldn't matter where I move. But I am going to... Does Agata have health potions? I'm just going to give Agata one of my health potions.
That's interact with object.
In my action to give it to him?
Yeah, that's interact with object. You reach in and grab and just hold it out.
Yeah. And... Hold on. I'm actually going to give him one of my superior healing potions.
Awesome.
And look at him and I'm like, not our fight. We've got to get out of here. And take a defensive stance.
Defensive stance?
Yeah. Well, before I say that, if I didn't move, would I have line of sight on this guy? I guess they're shadows, so I don't think they would really do damage, but we'll see.
Which guy?
This guy right here?
Yeah, you can draw a line of sight. He'll get some cover, but we'll give him half cover.
All right, so I'll loose an arrow. I want to loose an arrow at him.
Go ahead and make an attack.
Do I make it a disadvantage, or does he get...
He gets +2 to his AC for half cover.
Okay. Nat 20?
That 20 still hits him.
And I still roll double dice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Oh. 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. Is your bow any kind of special damage?
It's a +1 longbow.
It is magical.
Yep.
Okay.
That shit.
I know.
Okay. 16 points of damage. He
Yep.
dropped. He'll go ahead and just vanishes in thin air.
And as I shoot him, I'm like, we need to get out of here before we get overran. I'm like shooting these guys like I imagine like I'm shooting these guys like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. Like we need
On
to
the
get out.
guy. All right, Haley, it's your turn. You said you had fireballs ready.
I had she like looks over at where Zalaria was and just like starts to see tears roll down her face, and she just pulls her spell components out, twirls her hands together, lobs a fireball, and then sorcery point lobs another fireball right at this guy. She's almost like the equivalent of Tirth's rage right now. Just
But spell.
What spells?
so I'm gonna lob it to where it's, obviously I don't really have to worry about damaging anybody. So 2 DC 16 dex saves.
Okay, 2 DC 16 saves.
God, go good. You stink.
DC 16 dex. I made them both.
You made them both?
Yeah.
Damn, he has a +6.
Wait, you got a +5, so I made one and I failed the other one.
Okay.
Which one did you failed the first one? Okay.
This is the damage for the first one. First one's 27 points. That one sucks.
20.
Okay.
24 points for the second one. 24, so that's 12 points half.
12.
12 points total, yeah.
Okay. You do notice that he seems to be resistant to all this damage here in the darkness.
She's just, and then she'll drop to her knees and start crying.
The two shadows staring at Haley. Looks like they're about to move forward.
Yep.
Okay, so after Haley's turn, it's gonna be Egata's turn. I do apologize, just real quick. Mandy, as you're sitting there melding into a shadow, if you had any final words or anything you wanted to say, please do say them. I have a lot going on in my mind, guys. She's in the initiative about now, so.
Okay, well, slightly out of character. I meant to talk to you about this a long time ago, but I know at one point when the party went to fight Rook and what's his face, Rephisil, Zalaria had a stack of letters that she had given to Haley. Could it have been when they got the manor? Could she have taken those letters and given them to Big
I
Sally?
think I still have them in my inventory.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
this is kind of a little bit of backtracking because I kept forgetting to ask, but could she have actually taken those letters and given them to Big Sally and given her the same instructions on mail these upon my death?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. She'll have extra letters that she gave to Big Sally over time. We can get to that later.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, first off, she'll have been shocked that like Julius had appeared, and like through his whole thing, she'll have started crying, and then when it hit her, she'll try and hold Julius, and then she'll look to everybody else, and like she knows what's happening, and she just keeps crying, but she looks at everybody, and she's just like, "Please don't give up," and that's kind of all she'll say.
Okay, and then we are brought to this moment. Egada, it's your turn.
I'm going to drink the potion that Tirth gave me. So that will be. Damn it. Forgot the slash.
It's
17
8d4
points of heal.
It's
What?
plus. It's 8d4 plus 8 for superior healing potion.
Okay.
You should be
8d4
at
plus
20.
8.
25 hit points then. Nice.
No, it's more than that. It's 8d4, so he needs to roll another 4d4 and add another
Hold
4.
on. I'll just start the whole. 8d4 plus 8.
Yes.
It's 25 points of healing.
Tell me when you got a total on that.
Alright, so that'll put me up to 29. And that will be my bonus action. And I'm going to move up here, trying to get to Haley. That'll be all of my movement. And for my action, I will... what do I want to do for my action?
He had it and then forgot.
Well, it's hard to juggle certain things when you're close to death,
Well,
too.
we also just lost a character.
Yeah. Hi, camping cat. Do you like camping?
I'm going to use my action to take the dodge action.
Okay. Defensive dodge action taken by Egada.
Yep.
All right. It is the dragon's turn. He sees you all going and he says, Little dragon, are you running away? He'll go ahead and try to recharge his breath weapon. Tell me I recharge. Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Dragon, just badass.
I'm glad you're having fun, Zach. Actually, slightly off topic, but I went upstairs to go to the bathroom and I let out this really heavy sigh and my mom's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "My character might die." And she goes, "You tell Zach to be nice. If he's not nice, he gets no more chili." And I was like, "Okay," and then I forgot to tell you that before break.
So Zach doesn't get any more chili now.
So the creature flies, or he sees that, and as you run, he says, "Run away, little dragon, run away!" And he sees Tirth, and he'll fly over and land. And he sees you as you hand him the health potion, and you're just kind of standing there, and he'll and breathe on you as well. Go ahead and make me a dex save.
On me? Wait, me?
No, Tirth, on you.
On Tirth.
Don't you have to do like a dex save, Terry?
Dex save. I'm going to use my inspiration. A nat 20.
You succeed. You're gonna take half the
Nat
damage.
20 and a 5. But my dex save total would have been 24 total.
Nice. You do save. So you're only gonna take half this damage.
So a quarter.
A quarter of it because you're fucking raging.
12d10. 12d10. Okay.
5. Quarter.
30, 60, 70, 78. Half of 78.
It's quartered because
I
he's
got
raging.
it. Don't worry about it. I take 19 points of damage.
Yeah, you'll take 19 points of damage total.
Aw, it's what a flesh wound.
You're going to get me killed.
Yeah, keep saying that, Amanda. Keep saying that.
I don't need Zach after 2 of my characters.
Okay. Well, let's see. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and now we get our attacks. 3 attacks, 1 bite, 2 claws. Okay. So
Remember, I did take a defensive stance. That adds to my AC, right?
right.
It means attacks against you have disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see.
And you would have already had advantage on your dex save, so you didn't have to use your inspiration.
Does it count for saves too?
The dodge action, it says...
No, mine
until
was
the start-
defensive stance.
It's the same. It's called
It's the
defensive
same.
stance in Pathfinder, but in 5th edition it's called dodge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it says, until the start of your next turn, any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker, and you make dexterity saving throws with advantage.
Oh.
Does a 15 hit Tirth? No.
No.
Okay. His second attack. $16 doesn't hit you as well. Correct?
No,
No.
it does not.
Okay, we'll do another one. 20. I'm pretty sure those will hit. It's plus 12. 26 will hit you.
Yes.
Okay. Trace plus. $15 points of damage, halved for you because you are raging.
You said 15?
Mm-hmm.
But half that would be...
7.
Yeah.
Okay. So he does that. All right, and then he's going to go ahead and do 2 of his legendary actions to go ahead and use a wing attack. If you'll go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage.
I just reminded him.
The 21.
You succeed. Okay, you're able to stand forward versus his wings as they buffet the air, and it's just a terrible wind, almost like a hurricane.
What attack hit me?
One of his claws.
One of his claws. So when his claw attack hit me, I come down to the ground and I put my fist kind of into the cobblestone to more stability. So when he does that wing attack, I hold my ground that way.
Oh, gain inspiration back since you lost it. Nice job, man. Nice job. Let's see. It's top of the round. Top of round 5, so I get to do layer action. So let's see. What am I gonna do for the layer action? Let's go ahead and do. It's gonna go ahead and. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of reading to do.
Oh no, you're good.
There's gonna be a 20-foot. Radius. So 20-foot radius is 40-foot diameter. He's going to go ahead and kick up around there. He's going to go ahead and use his layer action to make a whole bunch of shadow swirls in the area. A 20-foot radius sphere within 120 feet of it. It spreads around corners. Egida and Tertholomew, make me a Constitution saving throw.
$21.
Nat 20.
Nice, you both succeed. You are not blind for the minute. Reset the map layer real quick. And then for the fun of it. No, I missed my opportunity. I could have got a free tail attack, but that's top of the round. Tirth, you're up.
Okay, so as I just see all this, the dark swirls coming around me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like fighting the urge in my head to attack, even though I know I need to run. But knowing that this creature had just killed Zaleria, I'm gonna pull my long sword, my great sword. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, this definitely ain't our fight.
Yeah, you just told Egada that.
And I am going to wreak havoc with 2 attacks.
Bring some pain to him.
Nat 20 on 1,
Yes.
Way to go. I'll hit.
and that would be a 19. So 19 plus 13. So that would be a 31.
Both those will hit. Your dice are disgusting. I hate you.
And that is for the crit. I'll roll that now with these. 6, 12, 13, 17 plus 9. Math. 26 for the first hit.
That's the
For the crit. Yeah.
You said 26?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It looks like the beast is resistant to some of the damage. However, go ahead and roll me a d20 for the crit.
That's it.
The opposite of the one that rolled 20.
I rolled an 18, sorry.
An 18?
Yes.
Okay, minor scar. Doesn't have any adverse effect. You get to describe, though, what kind of terrible scar you give this beast as you strike it.
So with this first, as I strike it with the first hit, I'm just going to really the orcish yell that I did on the rooftop. I'm just coming straight down, like from his neck collarbone, down through his chest area,
Yeah.
just straight down with my great longsword.
Leave a terrible scar right across like that.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget your racial ability. Look at your features and
Oh, and that's also +2 to damage as well because I'm raging.
That is true. But also take a look at your racial abilities. I'm pretty sure you get brutal criticals.
It doesn't pop up.
It'll be under your features and traits.
Yeah. The racial traits? Yeah, it's not in there.
Interesting.
It might be something that he gets at a higher level.
No, it's a racial ability. I'm pretty sure that half-orc's got a special crit ability. Taking a look right now, my campaign.
Oh, brutal crit. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
It's in class feat.
Well, you also have that.
Additional weapon die.
So you do get that as well.
So I get to roll one more d6?
Well, it's basically what your weapon itself, the weapon damage.
Yeah.
So the dice you roll for your weapon. You get to roll that one more time.
So I get to roll everything one more time?
No, your great sword.
Yeah.
Your 2d6, you get to roll another 2d6.
Okay, I'll roll that real quick for you. That's another 11 points of damage.
Okay, hold on to that number real quick. It's savage attacks. It's underneath your racial traits. Features and traits, racial traits. When you score a critical hit, roll one of these dice an additional time and add it to your extra damage. So you get to roll another 2d6.
So I'm rolling a total of how many d6 now?
2 more.
So for the crit, I get double dice.
You get quadruple as an orc, basically.
Ooh, goddamn.
And it's worded in a way, both your savage attacks and brutal critical for being an orc and being a barbarian. You basically get to roll your damage dice an extra time for your race and an extra time for your class. And it doesn't.
Okay, I got
Those don't get doubled. You only get to roll them again. But it basically, a half orc swinging with a d12 would roll 4d12 on a critical hit as a barbarian half orc.
Okay.
So you get to roll the 2d6 one last time.
That was a total of 10 on that one.
Of savage attack. I don't want to even add up how much dice that was, but that was one fuck of a shot, man.
So that was 26 was the first go round, and then that was 21. 28, sorry, because of the +2.
Yeah, and I counted those two.
So that's another 21 points of damage. And it is also my magical longsword. I mean, my magical greatsword. Okay, just making sure.
But
Keep
one
fishing,
more
man.
thing.
You've done enough.
All right, so now I'm going to attack for my second time. Which was 9. That'd be a
It was a 36.
mod 20. It's a mod 20.
Okay. Give me that damage.
6 and 1, so that's 7 plus 9. 16 points of damage. 18 points of damage, sorry.
Okay. All right. You strike the beast again. It looks resistant to the damage, and but it's looking a little haggard. It looks a little surprised at what you can do so far. What else you got for me, Turth?
I'm raging. I don't really have any other bonus action. And actually, I am going to drink a healing potion. Interact with object, and then my bonus action to drink it.
Done deal. He'll go ahead and spend, at the end of your turn, he'll go ahead and spend a legendary action to make a tail attack.
4, 7, 2.
27 hits you, am I correct?
Yes.
Let's see, it's 2d8 plus 7. $17 points of damage, half because you're because you're raging.
All right, give me 1 second. That'd be 7.
Sure.
Heal, and you said 17 halved.
Yes.
That would be 8. All right.
All right. Haley, you're
Getting
up.
my healing potion added in and then taking the damage. I am. Oh, Haley. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm like, I am done.
Haley heard Zalaria say the whole "don't give up, guys" after she lobbed the fireballs, right?
It was before you lobbed them.
Did you like kind of? Was that time trap?
Yeah. It was before you lobbed the fireballs.
It was before I lobbed them. Okay. So she was like kneeling down, crying. She'll kind of wipe off her face and kind of shake her fingers, shake her hands a little bit. And then I'm gonna lob 5 scorching rays at him.
Now, he is blocked by that building right now. He is on the bottom floor.
He's on the bottom floor.
Mhm.
Okay, fine then. She is going to... I gotta get a Zalaria. I'm gonna just Misty Step here.
Poof.
Misty Step and then... As a... No, it's not gonna help for Dex save. Oh, that was a bonus action, huh? Misty Step, move up here,
No,
and
you
then
can
I'll throw the scorching rays at him
ray
because
away.
it was a bonus action. So 5 hits. First one doesn't hit. 18.
Does not hit. Doesn't penetrate through. It cracks some of his scales, but doesn't.
Okay. 22.
22 does hit.
Okay, so we got 1 hit. That one misses. So 3 misses, 1 hits. Got 1 more. Oh, that one misses too. 8. 16. So that sucked. Take 10 points of damage.
Okay. Seems resistant to it. Take 5.
Fire is all I got. So fire is what we get.
All right. At the end of Haley's turn,
Yeah.
he's going to smile and look at Tirth, and he says, "You may be strong, but your friends are very fragile. Shall I finish them first and bathe you in their blood?"
I will say back to him, why do you pick on the weak ones if you know I'm the strong one?
Pick
He'll
on someone
smile
of
and
your
he'll
own size.
He'll smile and he'll respond, "Because it's fun." Egada, your turn.
I will run back down here to Tirth.
Because he was running away,
And-
like Tirth told him to.
I'll say, I thought you said this wasn't our fight.
It's not your fight.
Oh!
Be here if you want to be.
Excuse me.
But I will gladly take the help if you're going to help me. I had a very change of heart. Very much. I saw his face and wanted
Egada
to
will
destroy.
chuckle. And then he'll say, "Friend may be fallen."
Barbarian Saul destroyed.
Egada chuckles, and he'll say, "Before our friend fell, in her final moments, she did enlighten us about an advantage that we can gain. And I will also cast Moonbeam as a 3rd level spell."
Yes!
I had a feeling that was going to come.
Of course, I'm sitting here going, I
Well,
have a
you-
character
All
that
of
would be
it.
so
All of
helpful.
it.
Do you know how to grab the spell templates?
Kind of.
On the right side where it has the
Yeah,
chat?
I got it.
Okay.
Is there one for Radiant?
There should
There
be.
it is.
Uh,
I found it.
okay.
There you go.
5-foot radius, except so yeah, it only has a 5-foot radius.
5-foot radius.
No, it should have.
I have Moonbeam
Okay.
pulled up right here. It says
So
a
it's a-
silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range.
Oh, I
The range is
cast.
120 feet.
Yeah. So it's still a 10-foot one. So it's a 10 sphere because it's a 5-foot radius. So radius to diameter would be twice that. So 10 foot.
Oh, I swapped the numbers.
It's perfectly fine. It still would have.
I still would have hit it.
As you hit it with this, go ahead and I make a dexterity save. Am I correct?
DC 15 Constitution save.
Okay. Or take half.
Yes,
Okay.
and that is radiant damage.
Yes, it is.
So,
How much is that?
so I cast at a 3rd level.
Oops. It's on the map
So
layer.
that's 3d10 radiant. 18 total, so halved down to 9 radiant damage.
But he takes full 9. Oops, why won't this? I'm frustrated. Okay, he will take the full 9, though. So it's not halved and halved, which is very interesting to know. What else you got, Agata?
I'm looking.
It
I don't
screams
think there is
in-
anything else I can do.
Okay, at the end of your turn, it'll squeal in pain and it'll spend a legendary action. It has 10 feet reach. So it will go ahead and strike at Egida with his tail attack for causing that radiant damage. Okay. 25, I take it, will hit you, right?
I will use my reaction to cast Shield. And then it
Good.
will not hit me. So as his tail comes down, I just kind of bat it out of the way.
Okay, that's a second legendary. He's going to go ahead and spend a third one and make another attack at Turth because he doesn't have shield up like Egida does.
It's good.
And he'll get
We rolled a natural one.
he'll smack his tail into the building next to him.
So and as he like swings his tail, I'm like, yeah, it's about time you pick on someone your own size.
Okay, so let's start with the shadows because I keep forgetting them. Zalaria will start moving towards Haley and say, "But Haley, I want to make you better."
Oh no!
And a very handsome-looking shadow by the name of Jules will approach and say, "We want you to be a part of this family."
Haley will respond, I already said no to you guys! That's why elf!
My dragon will try to regain his breath back. Holy shit, Snacks!
Fuck you!
Do its Constitution save for starting its turn in the Moonbeam.
I will go ahead and make that Constitution saving throw and totally beating the shit out of you next turn. Or this turn for it. Let's see. 9 plus 6. Does that fail?
It's a 15, so I assume you succeed.
9
Yeah,
plus
me.
6.
It meets.
13, 14, 15. So meter beat. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take
So-
half damage. Roll the damage.
8. You take 8.
Yep.
8. So he will go ahead and he looks up at Haley and licks his lips, but he will suddenly burrow into the ground. Suddenly, you guys are not exactly sure where he is, and then he will erupt right here. And he'll go ahead and shoot his line. I have to choose between hitting Egida and Haley or Egida and Turth. I'm going to hit Egida and Turth. So he, again, will lash out with his lightning breath. It's a DC dexterity saving throw.
I will use my inspiration.
Smart.
Oh, guys, I forgot. With me having athlete, I already have advantage on dex saves.
I'm pretty sure I failed. I only got a 13.
You got a 13?
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Haley
So-
doesn't have any awesome things that she can
Dang
throw at her
it!
friends.
Dang it! This is what.
Is that
So
with advantage, Landon?
Yeah, with advantage. I rolled a 2 and a 5.
can I elect to fail mine to protect Egida?
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not even going to protect you with rage.
Okay.
You're taking full brunt.
I'll take full damage.
Okay. And you still have a hero point to spend, I take it?
I have, yeah. I do.
0 points.
Burn through the hero point. And
I will take a hero point to protect Egida. I'm going to kind of imagine like you would be grabbing a child like out of the street away from something real quick and you spin it around behind you. I'm going to do that to Egida and like take all of this scorching gray like on my back.
Take all of it?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I get 12d10.
Oh my god.
You can't just roll 12. You got to do 5,
No.
5, and 2.
Yeah, it goes up to a max of 5.
Well, if you slash roll D whatever.
I rolled those 8d4 earlier for my healing potion.
So
Okay, so if I type it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
You will take Bartholomew will take 62 points of damage.
okay.
Okay. I've already marked it on your model.
I'm actually down. I'm sorry. Here.
Excuse you.
Sorry.
You're fine. It sounded weird because I was like saying it over my cuffed hands.
Oh.
59.
Okay. The creature will spend all 3 of his legendary actions for this turn to attack Tirth with a 10-foot range. His tail sticks in the same hole it stuck in the first time, which is funny. But then it looks like 7, 8, 9, 10. Does a 20... What's these? I can't math. Oh my Christ. 10.
My AC is 20.
Okay. So I will hit you twice with 2d8 plus 7.
But you are raging.
Yeah, I am raging. I know.
Okay, so take half of 11. And half of 19. It's going to spend its bonus action to hide. And it's going to spend the rest of its movement. Has advantage on that. I don't know why I rolled once. Take the 12. And that's kind of funny. Not a very good hide, but he will burrow back into the ground and hide. So he sees that and he says, yes, protect your hatchling. It'll save you. And he'll just kind of laugh and enter back into the burrow. Okay. Shadow's moved. He's moved. Top of the initiative. Ball of electricity will go from either side of Haley, and suddenly the 2 shadows that connect and touch, there'll be a strike of electricity through it. Make me a dexterity saving throw. Haley.
I am working on it. I failed that one.
What'd you get?
10.
Okay. Take 7 points of damage. I marked it on your model.
Okay. Should be at 20.
Yes. Okay, so that's it. Earth, it's your turn.
I don't know what to do at this point. Since I can't see him.
Drink a potion. potion. Wow, what was that?
It,
That was a weird
remember,
cough.
it's like,
It's getting there. I mean, that's in my what I'm going to do. But I'm going to loose an arrow at this shadow.
all right, go ahead and loose an arrow. We are coming up at on our top of the arrow smoke break, so bear that in mind. Go ahead and make your attack.
18 plus 8.
Glad you guys are leveled up enough to fight dragons now.
18 plus
Only
8.
level 10.
26 to hit.
You hit.
And we don't have our full party.
I can't control that. I'm sorry.
God damn, this one is like on fire. 8 plus 4 is 12.
And it is magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gross. Whack. Smacks him in the shadow and the piercing, crackling energy of the magical.
The one I hit doesn't have a health bar above it.
No, it doesn't have it because you've knocked most of its health off.
Okay.
Look to the left of it. You can see just a hair of red.
Could like zoom in, probably.
All right, because no, it's not on our screen.
Okay, I apologize.
It doesn't matter because I'm gonna loose another arrow at it. I'm gonna knock it out with a Does an 18 hit?
You hit. I think you can do more than 4 points of damage. Go ahead and describe it.
My bonus damage is +4, so
Yeah.
I hit it with the first arrow and I realized it's like, well, that didn't kill it, but it's very haggard, so I'm just gonna, as Turth was trained to do, go for center mass on anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna lose center mass on this with my second arrow.
Boom! You hit it, and again, the magical force behind the very bow and arrow itself strikes in it, and just
You always forget to add plus.
dissipates.
And as my bonus action, well, as my interact with the object, I want to grab my superior healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I hate to use that right now, but I really do.
You need it.
I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the superior healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as a interact, I'm gonna grab it. Bonus action to drink it.
All right. That works out. Go ahead and change it on your model. And Mandy, if you will move us into a brief smoke break, it will be Haley's turn when we come back.
Okie dokie.
We're live?
Yep.
Fuck.
So, it's now Haley's turn.
Haley doesn't see him. She wants to get away from these guys. So I'm gonna run down the thing a little bit to the edge of this, to the very edge of the little roof here. Come on. And then I want to hold my action. I want to hold a spell for if I'm attacked. Or, like, I want to hold a spell for if he uses his breath weapon at me.
Okay. All right. Egida, it is now your turn.
Feel my stress, dog.
I'm going to use my lay on hands,
What?
Lay on hands.
Oh.
and I'm going to use it on myself and I'm gonna heal myself by 20.
Okay. Go ahead. If you'll get your model too, I'd appreciate that.
I did hit my model with my potion.
Okay. Mandy, I just now got your text. Sorry. Zaleria is going to move to Haley and say, "Let me make everything better."
Don't believe her, it's a lie.
As she does, she's going to go ahead and +4 to hit. Mandy, if you will roll me an attack roll with a +4.
That's a 9.
Okay.
So
She
13?
swings 13.
Yeah.
Amanda. Jules will do the same thing. Mandy, if you'll roll me that as well. +4.
Ooh, I rolled an 18.
So a 22 will hit, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mandy, roll me 2d6 +2. And then a d4 when you're done.
So 7, 8, 9. And a d4.
Well, yeah, so 9 points of necrotic damage, and your strength is reduced by
2.
2. Your strength score is reduced as you've taken 2 strength damage, essentially.
Then I'm not strong enough to move.
There is a point where you'll reach where you'll become paralyzed. One runs up to Bartholomew and swings. No way he's hitting. 8. Nope. Okay, dragon rolls to regain its breath. Oh, sad day. Okay.
Shut up. That's the first time it didn't regain its breath.
Right. So, the dragon will go ahead and...
So I've readied that action from that. But I couldn't see it.
Well, yeah, you said for the dragon to breathe.
Yeah.
So it's still held for that. Sorry.
No.
It will erupt next to Turth as it goes to make its attack. Do me a favor, Zaleria, and roll me 68 +4. I want you to do this 4 times and type them in the chat.
Okay, I don't have 6d8, so they're just gonna pop up in chat.
That's fine.
You said 6d8?
Yep. We're going to add 4 to each one of these.
Let's see if I do this right. Yeah. How many times do you want that?
4 times.
Oops.
Okay, 68 points of damage.
To who?
So the dragon pops out, and Advock rears up and roars, and he's just laughing incessantly. As he does, and he gets ready to send down on Bartholomew, you hear crack from somewhere way off in the distance, and then and it bangs through the dragon's throat. And then you hear 3 more cracks off in the distance, and just this bolt of light just that's going as the speed of light, just hammers into him. The beast takes quite a bit of damage, and then we'll go ahead and decide at this point he's taken too much damage to really hang around.
Dang it! I was gonna say, can I use this 5 hero points to act out of turn?
You may do so.
Take him down, Turf.
The beast is going to spend the rest of his turn retreating after he spends his legendary action.
All right, so I am going to attack with my great sword. Praying to God I get at least one of the crit. I got one crit.
Yes!
God damn you guys.
Yes!
And my other one was a 15, so that would be a 28 to hit.
You hit both times. Let's do the
So
crit first.
I'm doing the crit first.
Remember, that's like 4 times. Dice
Yeah.
4 times.
your 2d6. You're gonna roll it twice for your crit, another time, so 3 times for being an orc, and then brutal critical makes it 4 times because you're a barbarian orc. So roll 2d6 4 times.
12.
Or 8d6. However you want to do it. And after that, you'll add your bonus damage for your strength, and then you'll add your +2 for raging. This is scary.
Are we actually gonna make slayers? Just by luck. Yeah.
Plus. That'd be a total of 51 points of damage.
For the first one.
No, yeah, that's just for the crit.
It's just for the crit?
That's just for the crit.
Alright, are you looking at the character's health bar? You're gonna be so mad. You're gonna be so mad. That's how many hit points it was.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to kill this thing.
No, that's how many he has before you do that.
Oh,
Finish
before
Finish him.
Oh,
How do you want to do it?
Come
he's
on!
done? So, as I see him getting ready to retreat, I'm like, there is no way I'm going to let you run away from this fight. And I'm going to take, do you know how he had that minor scar going across his chest?
Yeah.
I'm going to go the opposite way and just be like, X marks the spot and just tear through him with my greatsword. And as I come down through the ground, I'm going to just pretty much hold myself up with my greatsword in the ground and be like, look at Egeda and be like, I told you this wasn't your fight.
The beast apart in a vivisected section. It slumps down on either side, and it looks over at Egeda, and you see it reaching in for its breath, its final breath weapon, and it just expires in its throat and fires off into the general direction, destroying part of a rooftop. It sits there, and its eyes just slowly ebb into the shadow of the creature itself. The shadow that's attacking Turth suddenly starts taking less of a shadowy form and looks like the commoner it was before, who nods, and then it vanishes. Over here near Haley, Zalaria's shadow turns to look more like herself. Zalaria, your soul, is able to say something before you leave. Describe your exit from this plane of existence, as you are now freed from the Shadow Realm and free to go to whatever heaven may await Zalaria.
Hold on, I have to think about this for a second. I'm sorry.
Look more normal too, and he'll take your hand.
So she'll take Julius's hand and she'll smile. And she'll smile and nod at Tirth and Aida. I don't know. Can she see them? We're gonna say she could see them.
Where's Dular?
Oh shit. We'll say that when this whole thing broke out, you put him down on the ground and you went, "This is probably beyond you," and he begrudgingly growled. They'll hop up now and look curious.
So Solaria's gonna look at them and be like, I am she will smile and she'll be like, "Don't lose the fire in your souls." And I am so glad that I was able to call you all family. Um, don't don't mourn for me too long because I have my family now. And she'll look at Julius and she'll be like, we were and are and always will be a family." And she'll kind of put her hand on her stomach. And she'll look at everybody else and she'll be like, "I'll see you all in the afterlife." And she'll go with Julius.
Jules just looks and nods at you all. I believe that I have just enough divine energy to where we can go to our heaven. Maybe we can finish out the life like we're supposed to.
I'm willing to go anywhere with you now.
And as they start to fade out of existence, you guys all look and see them. You see little Dumar runs after her, and as she's completely gone, he just sits there and lowers his head, and little dragon tears start developing on his face.
I'll go pick him up.
He'll
I'll say,
struggle.
"Come." I'll say, "It's okay, little one."
And he'll bury his head in your armpit.
And I'll look at Zelaria fading away, and I'll say, "Be at peace, sister."
She'll look back and nod and she'll be like, "Take good care of him. He is a good boy."
Tirth will just look at Zelyria as she goes away and like gives her like a good nod, like it was great to be part of your family.
And Haley will be like, "I wish I could have done what you did for me," and just like collapse on the roof that she's on and like buries her head in her hands in her head. Yeah. Buries her face in her hands and just starts crying.
And thus ends the chapter of Zelaria, the chapter of her life and her influence with the God Slayers. As this sad moment passes and you guys are somber and you tend to the few people who are damaged but not killed in this particular area, you guys would have a moment where you're looking up from where you guys are gathered together and you see a whole bunch of red cloaked figures standing around you. Each one of them pulls their hood back looking like a different person, and each one gives a big smile with a little gold tooth on one side. One guy clears his throat. "God Slayers, pretty down on your luck right now. It'd be a shame for there to be a big fight, don't you think?"
With all due respect, I think there already was one.
They all smile, and the one that cleared his throat said, "Don't worry, God Slayers. This particular time we come as friends. Breaker Witch Coven may not like your stance on the gangs. We may not like you in general. We might hate you for killing Refisil. But our masters have asked us to give you this." And they set down a small chest. And they say it's for the help that you'll undoubtedly give for being who you are in general. It'll make it even easier when we come to kill you the next time to not feel guilty. And their gold tooth will kind of vanish. And they'll say, "We do owe you for killing Refisil." And they'll turn and they'll leave.
I'll turn to them and I'll say, "Who's Refisil?"
A dickhead we killed.
We kind of fell off a tower, dying, killing him. Yeah.
He fell off a tower.
Yeah.
And died killing him.
Yeah, because we feather fell.
Oh, that was a wonderful counterspell. Haley will actually relive that. Oh, that was a wonderful counterspell.
Rufso was a really bad guy. He did a lot of damage to the city. And as you see what we do, we try to protect the city as much as we can, even though I try to push people away now and do stuff myself. And he looks at Egeda and he says, "Thank you."
Of course.
Does anybody go near the chest? Open it? Do anything with it? Leave it there?
Turth will go check the chest for traps first.
Still don't fucking trust those dickheads.
Give me a perception check.
51 points. That would be a 17 plus 16, 22.
There is no mortal, mundane trap on this thing. No.
So
I
Turth,
want to cast detect magic on it.
The chest does not have magic on it at all. No.
I'll open it. Turth will open it.
Now there's magic.
Okay.
You have Identify also up, or is it just Detect Magic?
I have Identify.
I also
I'll
have
do it.
identify.
You guys notice that there is 10,000 gold pieces worth of various gems inside. I will detail out all this and give it to you guys later, but you guys can argue over this stuff. There would be Nolier's Marvelous Pigments. A set of those in there. There'd be a
What?
Nolier's Marvelous Pigments. There'd be a potion of superior healing. Oil of sharpness. Potion of speed. And a scroll of summon demons of 6th level.
Can I have the scroll?
Yes.
There would be a note inside that says this makes us square for what you are undoubtedly about to do. Sign, Breaker Witch Coven. As you guys take a look at these gifts and you just look around at the dead bodies and Zalaria's dead body and Jules' dead body, neither one producing a shadow whatsoever. Which is really weird. You pick it up and it's like, no matter what, you put it against a torch, there's no shadows after it.
I thought like they turned into the wisps and disappeared. There was no bodies.
No, their shadows rise.
Oh,
They
So they-
themselves are dead.
okay. So they do still have a body though.
Yeah.
Before I get down, I'm weak as fuck right now because of that.
Their bodies are over here. Or,
No,
sorry,
they
over
Oh, because they came over here though to me.
Yeah, their shadows came to you, but their bodies
Okay,
fell.
okay. I follow.
But
Never mind.
you go over to their bodies?
No, I thought that their bodies were going to be over here with me, so I was going to like try and pick them up and then do something to get down off of the thing. But if they're over there, then they're not on the roof next to me, so it wouldn't work.
Right.
Go ahead.
I want to make a perception check to find those weird bolts that hit the dragon right before Turth killed it. I want to see if I can find out where those were coming from.
Those were coming from the Breaker Witch Coven.
Breaker Witch Coven, okay.
That make me a perception.
Okay, never mind.
That's only a 9.
Oof.
I'm rolling bad.
Okay. Everyone else, Bartholomew and Haley, you guys make a perception check.
I got an at 20.
Shocker.
My passive perception is a natural minus 20. 21.
I got a 26 total.
So poor Egida looks over. Let's move it to the world map. Poor Egida is trying to figure out where it's coming from, and you guys like look up and look in the direction that he's looking, and like just as he's looking off in that direction, you guys see Omega is walking towards you guys, and that big ass gun that he had on his back is smoking. Like
Holy
the
shit!
barrel of it like is literally just like exuding tons of smoke as he's walking up.
Holy shit, that weapon is broken!
Oh yeah, it's antimatter
Which is why he
rifle.
can only use it like one time.
He used it. I basically gave him one round because he should have been there through the whole combat. I ignored the disadvantage for being at full range. I actually think he has feet that cancels that anyway. It's
The
68.
sharpshooter feat.
Yeah, it's 68 plus 4.
So you gave him 4 rounds, pretty much.
No, I gave him one round
Oh.
using his fighter. Fighters get the ability to make a free attack.
Yeah.
Once in combat.
Or they get extra attack and action surge, so that's like a total of 4 attacks.
Yeah, so I gave him basically one round of full attacks, and I canceled out the disadvantage just in case. But yeah, and I gave him, today's the day of light. His weapon is solar powered, so I gave him I gave him a full charge. I mean, him and I've discussed it. I basically gave him extra because he wasn't in the combat to be able to help you guys out and still make sense story-wise. But yeah, that was all the antimatter rifle, and the creature's resistant to it because it does necrotic damage. But even with that, that was still like 50 some odd points of damage. So yeah, he like Egada's like looking from the trajectory that it was shot, and as Egada's looking up and you knowing various things on being interested in ships and knowing the math of angles, you look up and you're trying to ascertain it, and because you're actually trying to understand the trajectory so well, you miss out on the obvious fact that he's walking up with a smoking gun, and that's where Haley and Turth see him.
Like, wait, that doesn't matter. Math. Why? How?
So yeah, so you guys sit there and you look over at Zalaria's body on the ground. What are you guys gonna do with it?
I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to take it back to the manor.
Yeah, because we don't know exactly how she would have been put to rest. I'm assuming she would have put that in the letters that she gave us. As I look at Mandy.
I hadn't thought about that.
Letters.
You what?
I hadn't thought about that.
Well,
That's why I'm assuming they would have been in the letters. Mandy hasn't
But I'm
said
going
anything
to
about the letters.
carry her body to the manor regardless.
yeah.
Like, and with whatever information we get is how we'll set her to rest. How she would have liked to have been set to rest.
What I would like to do is I'd like to show you guys walking home with Zalaria through that whole thing, going through and seeing like Omega with the smoking gun, going up to Haley with the necrotic damage, making her weaker, and that fire burning in her eyes despite the whole thing. Moving over to Egida, who stood firm and stood up straight and even spat breath back at a dragon himself in his bravery. And then looking at Tirthalamul, who for once in his life looks like he's on his last leg. And I would like to close the game.
Well, I was at one point. I was really low at one point.
I would like to close the game with the intention of opening next game as you guys all sitting there in the manor. And Mandy, if you will write those letters, I would like to start the game by having you read them before I even give the recap. If you want to send people the letters and have them read it to their character as our opener, I think that would be beautiful. If you want to do it, that's fine. You guys, we can all discuss that off screen. But I think that would be a beautiful way to start next gaming session. But as you guys move forward, and you guys don't see, but the audience would see two are clasping hands as Jules turns to Zalaria and says, with the divine power that I've spent, it's just enough to give us a home. He says, we will be able to live out the rest of life. And he touches your stomach and he says, we will finally be happy. But it's not really life. But it is an eternity with me. I swore to spend it with you. Will you with me?
I mean, it's not the boat we had promised, but I think it's a lot better than that.
He smiles as you two clasp hands and he looks at you. He says, and besides, it's my realm. There's no other men there. No handsome Alazios. And he sits there and smiles at you.
That might have been the only good thing about him was he was handsome.
Well, I mean, that and, you didn't know I was dead, so I understand. And it just shows the two shadows walking off together, joking with each other as they fade completely. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the tale of the Godslayers ends tonight. That was amazing, guys. Sorry for the rough combat. That rising as a shadow threw me for a loop because I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, that's not gonna come into play. And then as I lined up the shot and I'm like, holy shit, they're standing to where I can hit all of them with a breath weapon. Like, this is a DM's dream come true. And I rolled it and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, that's gonna kill somebody. That's gonna kill either Haley or Zalaria. And it was rough.
Shit, it almost killed me. First round of combat took me down to 4 HP.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say this. Even though Egada got beat up that particular game,
and then talk.
I mean, again, Egada, you got beat up this game, but I'm gonna tell you, Landon, I got mad respect for Egada standing in front of a dragon, blowing its breath weapon, and he's done with it, and he's not dead, and he's like, my turn. It's so badass, man. If it wasn't immune to lightning damage, I would have I'm so sad that I picked blue dragon now because it was between green and blue, and I was looking at it and I'm like, oh, well the blue be cool because it has a burrow speed, and then the players are like, oh, I can't attack it this turn. What do I do? And then I'm like, that was my ultimate decision was, oh, make the players think, oh, it burrows. So I picked that, and then when you said do breath weapon, I'm like, oh shit, what kind of dragon is he? Is he copper? Is he silver? Oh fuck! And he's damage, and I'm like, no. But that Egada was so badass today. Just takes a full dragon, blowing its breath out of him. He's just staring at the face as it's going through, and he's like, boom. That was cool, man.
All right, guys, let's say bye to stream. But we can stick around and chat. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be back next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Fuck!